One night in September, I met with Anna to look over her photos and get better acquainted with her. I wanted to understand why she is so dedicated to volunteer service. I didn't know much about her story before that night, but one thing was clear. I could see in her eyes her profound love for God. Wow, how many memories you have. How did you first get involved in NIVS?
Well, it really started with Work and Witness. After my husband died, I started going on Work and Witness trips, and they really changed my life. I had been such a almost emotionally dead, very damaged person, and God used Work and Witness to start changing my life. After about 3 of these trips, he started suggesting that I take another step and become involved in NIVS. And my reaction was kind of, okay, Lord, but what can I do? I don't really have any talents. I'm just an ordinary person. I really need to have something. But you know what? That really isn't one of the requirements. If we're willing, he can use us. And if he's asking, if he's calling us, he sees something that he can use. And if we will just trust him and let him have all of us, then he will find some place that we can serve.
Well, did you have any kind of special training? I mean, did you go to seminary, or were you trained as a pastor or anything like that?
No, in fact, I've never even been to college.
Wow. And what did you do before becoming an NIVS?
Well, I worked for over 40 years for the California Department of Motor Vehicles, primarily in clerical supervision, and then the last few years as an assistant auditor.
Wow, that's amazing. And so you had no experience before doing this? And
not really, no. It just kind of started with my retirement.
Well, did this prepare you for the work you do now at all? I mean, what kind of work do you do?
Well, I've really done quite a lot of things here. Most of the time I've either been involved as a receptionist or and in finances.
In finances?
Sometimes I've been the treasurer, sometimes I do part of it. Right now I'm working for the seminary, and I'm the receptionist, answer the telephone, do billing, make sure the utility bills are paid, pay the professors, do some of the day-to-day financial transactions. And then I'm the school nurse. And then I'm the school mom too. And that's really the most fun of all.
Ha sido una madre, siempre me pregunta cómo estoy.
Nos da tanto.
Pude conocer a una persona muy especial que es Anita.
Es algo que estar acá no tenemos a nuestra mamá quizás o a nuestra familia que cuando estábamos enfermos se preocupaba, qué sé yo, pero está ella.
Ha sido para mí la persona más especial. Pude tenerla en mis momentos difíciles. Si podría resumir todo lo que ella ha hecho en mi vida es
como nuestra mamá.
Alguien que Dios ha puesto en mi camino para ayudarme a crecer.
What are some of the things that you've enjoyed the most about being down here?
Well, the friendships I've made, I think, and the love of the people, seeing God work, and then just the people are so wonderful. And the Bible tells us that if we leave family and homes and properties and things to serve the Lord, that He will pay us back 100-fold.
Anna has been an example of a volunteer missionary. She has showed a Christian spirit that has been incredible, that has woven through every part of her life.
El servicio voluntario de Ana impacta a muchas vidas, incluyendo la mía.
About everything you could imagine she's done, not one complaint.
Cuando hace su trabajo, lo hace con tanta dedicación.
Anna came as someone who probably thought herself that she didn't have skills and gifts. And God has used her time and time and time again to multiply His kingdom.
Hay muchos hermanos en nuestra región, líderes, que son impactados por el espíritu que ella le pone al trabajo voluntario.
I thank the Lord for volunteers like Anna.
Could you tell me about some difficult situation, one of the most difficult situations that you faced here, that God has really helped you through and encouraged you so that you could continue to volunteer your time and serve Him?
The first Christmas I was here was kind of tough for a while. I got homesick and started crying and had difficulty stopping. And then after a while I was able to get over it and go on and went to a Christmas party and everything was fine. And that's the only time really that has happened.
What would you say to others who are out there right now considering joining NIVS and being a volunteer?
I'd say go for it. For me, it's such a special blessing, and you don't really have to have tremendous qualities. God calls you, then you need to obey and just let Him have you, and He will take care of the rest. There's such a blessing in serving God, and if we aren't obedient to Him, then we're not going to have eternal life with Him in heaven, and nothing in the world is worth that. And He called me, so I have to be obedient, and He has provided peace and joy and confidence and took away fear, so I love it.
It has been a pleasure talking to you. Would you allow me to give you a hug?
Sure. It's been my pleasure too.
That night was special. Anna not only amazed me with her stories, but her words of gratitude to God were unforgettable. I asked myself, what would have happened to Anna if she hadn't responded to the call of God? And what will happen to you if you don't respond to His call?